Hello and welcome to my channel. I am teacher Candace, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you my story and how I got started teaching with VIPKID. So I am going on my third year. So October 2019 will be my third year with VIPKID, and I absolutely love it. And so how I got started is interesting, I would say. The company is about 5 years old right now, and so 2.5 years ago, all these things you're seeing on YouTube and all over Facebook and the internet were not around. And so this job was not like high on the radar at all. And I found myself in a situation where my husband was no longer able to work due to health reasons. And my husband and I, we have 4 beautiful little girls, and we homeschool them, which we love and which is super important to us. And we found ourselves in the situation where I needed to go to work and create an income, and how am I going to do this? Because I had spent some time working outside of the home in a traditional job, and I was absolutely miserable, and I did not want to do that again. Especially at this time, I had a newborn. I believe my 3-year-old was I'd just been born, and I needed something, and I was just searching and searching all over the internet, and maybe you're doing that right now. And I saw things like surveys, and that just was not cutting it. Like, I did not want to spend a lot of time doing surveys for pennies. I'd seen things like blogging, which sounds awesome, and I'm totally not against blogging, but everything I read was like, that's a long-term game. My husband stopped working, and we still had bills like 2 weeks from now. And so I needed something that wasn't going to take, years or months to build up before I saw, income coming in. I needed more of a job where I put in my time. In 2 weeks, I get a paycheck. And so that's where I was at. And I was really struggling trying to find something like that online, and something that provided flexibility, because I didn't want to work on Sunday. I wanted to make sure that was a sacred time for my family and I, for us to go to church and worship God and be together as a family. In my previous job, I was a new manager, and so who works on Christmas? The new manager works on Christmas, because it was how is a hierarchy? I forgot what the word is, but you're on the bottom of the totem pole when you're the newest manager. You're working on the holidays, and it was miserable. Christmas morning, having to rush through because mommy's got to go to work, and I did not want to do that again. I didn't want to miss birthday parties. My second daughter, I remember being in the break room and getting this text from my husband, and it was a video showing her taking her very first steps. And talk about being ecstatic and heartbroken at the same time. So excited, my baby is walking, oh! And heartbroken that I missed it, and I was at a job that I was miserable at, and just so sad. And so I was looking for something that was going to fit all of these qualifications that I had. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I had pretty high standards. But fortunately, I found VIPKID, and it really filled all of that for me and my family. And it's been such a big deal for us. So I heard about it on a Facebook group. I was a part of a family traveling group, and someone had posted that that's how she's traveling the world, is she teaches for VIPKID. And I was like, I had heard about it one other time, and so I was curious, and I did some research, and I was thinking, there's this VIPKID, maybe there are other companies like this too. So I found another company, 51 Talk, but I was a little confused. They were mentioning the Philippines. I was like, do I need to work in the Philippines? Do I have to be from the Philippines? I wasn't sure. And VIPKID happened to call me back first. And I'm so glad they did, because now, I'm so much more knowledgeable about the industry, and so happy that VIPKID is where I ended up, because I definitely believe it is the leader in this industry. And I have been so pleased with how they have treated me and many of my colleagues as well. And so I did the initial interview and I passed that. I did my mock class, and I only had to take one mock class, fortunately. And I had a wonderful mock class mentor. I remember he told me he taught over 2,000 classes, and my mouth just dropped. Whoa, 2,000 classes. And now I'm to the point where I've taught over 4,000 classes. And he was great. He gave me lots of great advice. One little hiccup I had during my mock class interview, I had this, let's see if I have one here. I had a dry erase marker, and it was new, or I couldn't get it off. And so before it started, I thought, okay, I don't want to fumble with this during my mock class, so I'm just going to take it off, and I'm just going to leave it off, so then I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, not smart. And so then I get to my mock class, and now my marker is completely dried out. And so I had to, improvise my reward system, and we ended up just doing like party time, like a little dancing for their reward. And so it was fun, and it was quite an experience. I was able to pass. They got back to me right away, and I started teaching. And I think my first week, I'm not sure I got a booking, but I think maybe the second week. I think the first week I did get a booking, or a few. But I wasn't fully booked right away. I wasn't fully booked, in 2 weeks. It was a few months before I was fully booked for how many classes I personally wanted to teach. And so over time it built up, and I, was able to build lots of great teacher ratings, and now I have excellent teacher ratings. I think I currently have 4.99 out of 5.00, and most of the time as a teacher, it's been a 5.00 a lot, sometimes a 4.99 as well, in that rating. But I have just loved it, and it's provided me with so much flexibility. So during, this time I've been teaching, my husband and I have still been able to homeschool our daughters, and, I don't miss holidays. I don't miss birthdays. I have so much control over my schedule, and I'm able to, contribute so much financially, and most of the time my children are asleep when I'm working. They have adjusted to be quite early birds, so sometimes they do wake up pretty early now, but a lot of the times I'm working before they're awake, and then I have, all day to be with my family. And so it has been amazing. I have loved the way VIPKID has grown, the support that they continue to give to us as teachers. They are just booming in China, which is fantastic for us as teachers as well. They continue to add more and more support. They've handled situations very professionally and have really shown that they truly value us as teachers. They're constantly seeking feedback from us about how they can improve. And so I am just honored and so pleased to share this job with other people, because I know what a difference making $20 an hour, working from home, having complete control over your schedule can mean to a family, can mean to an individual. And so I am so happy to share it with you guys. And so if you guys have more questions about my story, how I got started, feel free to ask them in the comments, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal for a lot of people, and it's been a big deal for me. And, the option to refer other people, recruit other people, can also bring in additional income as well. And so that's one thing that I do to help support my family now as well. So if you are just starting out and you're in the hiring process, or you haven't started yet, I would absolutely love for you to be my referral. And that means I will mentor you and help you through the process. Some things that I do for my referrals is I will do practice interviews and mock classes with you. I'll give you free digital props and free physical props after you teach your first class. You can find me on Instagram. I give out daily teaching tips. I have a Facebook group, especially for my referrals as well. So I try to just do all that I can to, help you guys pass. And of course, I have all these YouTube videos. I'll be doing webinars soon, which I'm super excited about. So keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, so please, look into this company, give it a chance, because the great thing is there is no teaching quota either. So I don't have to teach a certain amount of classes. When I was pregnant with, I think baby number 4, I was super, super sick. oh, I was so sick. And I took months off of teaching because I was just so nauseous all the time. And then when she was born, I was ready to come back. Well, before that, when after, the first trimester, when I was feeling better, I was able to jump back in, and you had my students flood back to me, and it was fantastic. And so there's just so much flexibility with this job. So yeah, please like, share this video, subscribe, ring the bell, and please comment with any questions below, and check out the information in the description box. So good luck, guys, with finding the right position for you. And again, if you feel like this is it, shoot me an email and use my referral code. Thanks, guys.